So if I have told you to look for instructions for Israelis in your OneNote file, this is because I've selected you to do something that I think you're going to enjoy. As of now, you should have hopefully finished watching in class the 5 broken cameras. What's going to happen now is that the rest of the class thinks that they're going to be debating some Israeli settlers online. They're actually going to be debating you guys, or you and about 3 or 4 other different people. So what's going to happen is this. The class as a whole is reading through an article about olive trees, and then they're going to create kind of this discussion area where they're going to try to use text evidence to prove their point of why the Israelis are, or basically why Palestinians care about their olive trees. And so what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be, within reason, kind of make them pretty angry. So I'm going to pull up, where is it at? So, for example, they're saying, why do Palestinians care about the olive harvest? And they have just read this piece of paper, which I will also give to you. And so they're going to respond to this quote. I don't understand why Palestinians are pretending to care so much about their olive trees. Honestly, I think they're just throwing a tantrum because they can no longer attack us with suicide bombers. Why don't they use that energy to improve their standard of living instead of having peaceful protests? So it's intentionally worded to kind of get a reaction, but it's also, once again, relatively, not offensive. Anyways, what's going to happen is that all of the Palestinians or the rest of the students are going to be creating different pages under the collaboration section in OneNote. So what's going to happen is I made an example here with Finn. So it goes Finn A, olive trees. They're supposed to copy and paste the question, and then they type their answer below. When they finish writing and posting for here, either olive trees or in the security fence, what I've had them do is they're supposed to click on today's meet, which is a link, and if you see, for example, you would say Finn A just posted security fence, or Finn A just posted to the olive tree section. Instead of registering with your actual name, I want you to register as an Israeli settler, or you can just simply do Israeli. So what's going to happen is you need to kind of talk with the other people that are going to be responding to the other students. So for example, if I see that Finn A just posted to the olive tree section, then I would kind of say, hey, I'll take Finn's olive tree. And then if Walker posts something, someone else could be like, oh, I'll take Walker. It's going to be really fun to make fun. It's going to be really great to make fun of him. So what happened is Finn A olive tree discussion board. You can go back and you would click Finn A, and when you type right here underneath him, he can now see your response because it will update in real time. So it will appear as if someone's online arguing with them. Now what you're going to try to do is prove the point that Israel created this fence to protect their settlers, that you could talk about how 5 broken cameras is biased. It only shows the Palestinian side. They are supposed to, the other students are supposed to use text evidence or cite the documents that they looked at in order to kind of add strength to their writing. So for example, if Finn comes and says a comment like, oh, blah, 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 we need this for our standard of living, and he doesn't cite it or tell you where the information is from, where he got the information, you could just come underneath and saying, listen, I can't believe what you're writing. You are just making all of these things up. Where is your text evidence? Where are your citations? So you can kind of disprove and kind of make sure that try to counter their argument in a variety of different ways. When you are done with their counter argument, what they're going to be waiting for is for you to come back to today's meet and saying, Finn, I just responded to your olive section. And so then it will come up as an Israeli settler has responded to Finn, and then so Finn will go back through and check his collaboration. So it can be kind of this back and forth dialogue in between both the people who are arguing for the Palestinians and then people who are arguing for the Israelis.